won't survive. They ain't really about it, I can see it in their eyes, no surprise. Prefer any kind of forgiving situations. I play it in my mind.
So, TV, what's your goal?
Working with simulations. I love that mental challenge, it's purely just stimulation. I never change my moves, just some subtle renovations. See, that blood represent what's inside and can make a man. The sweat symbolizes grind and executing plans. The tears reserved for the suffer, cause we understand. They in their comfort zone, couldn't see me in man to man. Told them all to watch out, I'm on the clock with no watch out. Shining with all the watch outs.
The starting lineup for the
Kings play before the hometown crowd, and we've got it for you live here from Sacramento, California. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. Well, guys, for the Philadelphia 76ers, they come in off the loss, and that was a real body blow for them. They got taken apart both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, and in a hostile environment, they did not rise to the occasion, especially on the defensive side.
Yeah, there was no shine on that effort. Really lackluster. Their D was nowhere to be found.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Philadelphia, we've got Joel Embiid. Rodney Hood out there with Stoudemire. Then there's J.J. Redick, and it's Evans in at the point. Now Fox. After J.J. Redick's three-pointer that didn't go. Olajuwon, good. This far into the schedule, we have several teams looking to turn things around and save their season. Clark, when you think about that, what's the best mindset those teams can have?
You know, I think it's a combination mindset, Kevin. One is to keep your eye on the big picture. What can we become? Who are we? What are our habits? Are we doing the things we need to do to give ourselves the best chance? And then the attention to detail. I think those two things have to be lockstep. The big picture in mind, and then attention to detail.
And Stoudemire in the corner. Off target from three-point range.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Drains it from beyond the arc. Olajuwon's got 7 points.
And you can sense they're starting to take charge here.
You know, they seem to be on the same page out there, Greg. I mean, definitely the momentum is with them.
Now here's Evans. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. And it's out of bounds. The 76ers able to retain possession here.
And defensively, great anticipation, making a play there on the ball.
Well, the thing they did there, Greg, clogged up the passing lanes, playing them beautifully and making things hard for the opponent. That's really good defense.
Here's Fox after Tyreek Evans' score. And the basket by Olajuwon.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And Redick drains these shots constantly. I mean, senses and feels the separation and then capitalizes on it.
Here's Fox to the paint. And it's Olajuwon missing.
Boy, the defense did an awesome job there, Kevin. Big-time work. Really distracting him, throwing off the shot. That's how you do it on D.
Now, here's Redick. He's definitely not pleased how he played against Washington. Here's Stoudemire. Hakeem Olajuwon with the rebound. Sacramento leading by 7. Hield. And it's good. 2 points.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Evans passes to Embiid. Hood for 3.
You got it. Come on.
Here's Stoudemire. No good. Good D by Olajuwon. Here's Sacramento. They're on a 13-4 run right now. And Olynyk kicks to Johnson. Johnson double teamed. Back to Olynyk. Embiid with the steal. Now here's Redick, the fast break opportunity. And the wide open shot from Evans. No good off the front iron. For Sacramento, they've gotten 6 or 7 shots to fall in the first quarter. They're off and running. Olajuwon against Embiid. Fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint. And for the Sixers, trust the process was the motto. And the process now finally bearing fruit. You see the young talent. Now it's about figuring out how all these pieces fit together. Oh, a good open look, and he sprays it home from 3.
Olynyk sets a screen for Fox. Back to Olynyk. Fox with it. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Lakers. Clock at 4. Here's Olajuwon. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Olajuwon's got 14.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Embiid. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Here's Olynyk. 9-point game. And it's Olajuwon missing.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
And you look at this Kings roster, and Greg, you can see the youth movement is in full effect.
Yeah, and Buddy Hield headlines the group as he comes over in that Cousins trade. Skal Labissiere and Willie Cauley-Stein, also a big part of this team's future. And then getting Fox as a rookie to kind of run the ship, another great building block.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Kings. And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Richaun Holmes, he's checked in for Embiid. Saric comes in for Hood. Fultz, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Evans. Now here is Hill. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. The shot by Carter, nobody around. Sacramento gets it back.
Come get it.
A second chance effort. Got a piece of it. They get it back. It's back to Hill. The Kings need to get off a shot here. And finished off by Fultz.
Like that explosion to the basket. Fultz can turn it on so quickly. He's past you before you know it. Quick as a hiccup.
Pass to Temple. Over Fultz. Temple gets the bucket. Temple's got his first 2 points.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first time out right here. Clark, when you look back at your terrific career, who is the one player that you considered your toughest opponent to go up against?
There were a couple of guys. Bernard King from the New York Knicks, because we saw them a handful of times a year, and he was just such a phenomenal scorer and a relentless worker offensively. He just never gave you a break. I didn't get to see the West Coast teams but twice a year. The Denver Nuggets in the early 80s had Kiki Vandeweghe, Alex English, and Dan Issel. And between those 3 guys, they were averaging about 80, 81 points a game. And I usually dealt with English or Vandeweghe. And those were long nights because those guys moved the ball, shot it from everywhere, and were excellent offensive players.
Now Labissiere after the missed 3 from Dario Saric. Yes, that goes in. Labissiere's got his first points of the night.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
A 3-ball. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Saric outside, and Vince Carter picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. We've got 1:13 left in the first. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Johnson kicks to Fultz, and stolen by Cauley Stein.
That's 2 really unproductive trips in a row, ending in turnover.
Outside Hill. Feeds it to Labissiere. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. The 76ers trail by 10. Saric outside. Tries again. It's stolen by Hill. And oh, here we go. Carter's got it in the fast break chance. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, Carter just a freak of nature, one of the best dunkers the game has ever seen, a top-tier shooting guard who just embraces the spotlight.
Carter hits them both. There's 31 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession.
Hey, he just threw that possession away. Hopefully he learns from that and doesn't make the same mistake again.
27 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Cauley Stein, a screen. There's the dish to Hill. And stolen by McConnell. Plays it in off the breakaway.
And there's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set, and you can get some easy baskets here.
Cauley Stein with the screen for Hill. And the pass to Temple. It's back to Hill. Up in time. And he trains the 3, but let's see. They may need to review it. I'm not sure the ball was out of his hand in time. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And even though you're thinking maybe we don't need to replay in a situation like this, still plenty of time left in this game, and really it's about getting the call right.
Yeah,
and so it's this. And J.J. Redick, a focal point in his tenure with the...
I think I'll forever be associated.
There's no doubt that he is Mr. Duke, J.J. Redick, and it's hard to argue with that school's incredible success, Greg, whether you like him or not. And I know you've had a first-hand view of Duke a couple times.
And listen, I have the utmost respect for J.J. and Coach K and what they've done there. And then listen, you could be known for a lot worse things in your life and haven't gone to a lot worse places. But I think for him, it's not about where he's been, Kev. I think it's about where he's going and what's going to be the next chapter in his career.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And quite a position here for the Kings to be in. What do you guys think?
I mean, a huge lead, and already after this first quarter, they're starting to make it look easy.
Yeah, like an avalanche, Greg, overpowering the defense on the majority of their possessions.
So to begin the second quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers, McConnell and Fultz, the playmaking pair in the backcourt. Rashawn Holmes out there with Johnson. And it's Saric in at the 3.
And Hill is really kind of a nice, subtle mix of explosiveness and outstanding defense. A guy who plays both ends of the floor with equal efficiency and effectiveness.
And the 76ers with a completely new group now.
Much love goes his way. I mean, he refused to give up on the glass. Nice to see him rewarded because of his hustle.
And Carter has it in the corner. Outside Hill. Just 5 to shoot. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
and just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Sacramento.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
And Joel Embiid, from the time he started playing basketball in Cameroon through the University of Kansas, Clark, he began patterning his game after Hakeem Olajuwon.
Well, it sounds like he's a visual learner because he got a DVD of Hakeem and said he watched it almost daily. Their stories are similar. Both started playing hoops relatively late. Both are from Africa. And you watch the gracefulness of Embiid's moves inside. Easy to see the influence of Olajuwon.
So the Kings called timeout, their first. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
Yeah, they lost the momentum, and it's a bit surprising that that one got away from them because for long stretches, they were the better team.
Well, if you only looked at the stat sheet, you'd have a hard time figuring out how they lost it. I mean, it was a case of a few small things, some of the intangibles that didn't go their way in the end.
And Embiid with the block.
Solid read from Embiid there. Terrific at anticipating when that shot is coming.
Evans dishes to Stoudemire. Stoudemire missing again.
Yeah, he's costing them right now, sabotaging them a little bit. He's got to find his shot if they want to win this game.
Pass to Hield. For three, Olynyk, and a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws. That one on Embiid.
Yeah, and Olynyk up and down at the free throw line early in his career, but with his touch, he's bound to become more consistent. And well, last season for the Kings, they were in the hunt for a good stretch there early on, but kind of fell out of playoff contention and finally decided to pull the trigger and trade DeMarcus Cousins. It marked a major direction change that this team, I think, wanted to make.
Excellent confidence from Redick. Really good. I mean, taking his time, his form, textbook.
Fox passes to Hield, and there's the feed to Olajuwon. And Olynyk kicks to Olajuwon. No good that time. Good D by Embiid. And the Cousins deal, Greg, has really been examined. But what is clear is that the Kings wanted to get younger and start rebuilding.
And you can argue if the trade was the right move or not, but management felt it was. The team's thinking was they wanted to change the atmosphere of the locker room, fully committed to bringing in youth and doing things from the ground up. And the outside game just not clicking for them tonight. That three-point percentage is up from where it was in the first quarter, but that ain't saying a whole lot.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Hood. And a look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for Sacramento.
And really, there's just such a lack of scoring for them from out at the top of the arc in terms of three-point range. And in today's game, you have to get scoring from the three-point range. And that area out above the free throw line extended is a real weak spot for them so far.
Embiid wide open with nobody on him. He buries the jumper. Embiid's got 4 points in the quarter.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
And it'll be Sacramento as it goes out of bounds. The Kings retain possession. Here is Olajuwon. 14 points for him. Olynyk in the corner. There's the triple. Cans it from downtown. Olynyk's got 5.
Yeah, listen, if you're 7 foot and can shoot threes, there's a place for you in today's NBA. Olynyk has that rare combination. And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Fox dishes to Olynyk. Another 3 for Sacramento.
Tell you what, the defense has to be kicking themselves. Just a step late there, and the shooter made them pay for it.
Here's Hood. Kicks it to Embiid. Olajuwon with the block. They recover it. And the 76ers get it back to the middle. Evans passes to Stoudemire. Three-pointer. And Redick the bucket on the assist by Stoudemire. 8 points for J.J. Redick.
After having none in the first, he gets 2 3-point shots to go here.
Johnson left side, just his first attempt. Sacramento with a fresh shot clock. Fox kicks to Hield. And he makes good on the layup. He's got 6.
Really sweet passing from Fox. He's a reliable floor general and has great vision on the court.
And Philadelphia calls time here. Greg, you ask a lot of GMs. De'Aaron Fox, probably the fastest player in this year's rookie class.
And he plays at 1 speed. That's lightning. I mean, he's got speed to burn, and maybe not quite as fast as, say, John Wall, but he isn't far behind. He uses that quickness well also in terms of just busting seams on the offense, and at the other end, he can be an outstanding defender as he was at Kentucky.
And he banks in the layup. Fox has got his first basket of the night.
And Fox is so good in the open floor, Kevin. Whether he's passing to teammates or doing his own grocery bagging, this dude's a major threat in the open space.
Out to Saric. Olynyk with the steal. Dishes to Olajuwon. Back to Hield. Olynyk has the open look. Another 3 for Sacramento.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Fultz kicks to Holmes. 76ers moving the ball around. Fultz, no good.
And I think that's got to affect your mental game. I mean, missing open shots like that, unacceptable, and it'll probably mess with your head a little bit, too.
Hield kicks to Johnson. And the slam dunk by Johnson.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Fultz, no good. Kings leading now by 15. On the wing, Johnson. Back to Hield. Pass to Olajuwon. Shoots over Holmes. Olajuwon, no good.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
The 76ers shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
And guys, you know what? That's made things hard for them in a lot of their games. I mean, that inability to convert their chances at the free throw line.
And they're not afraid to let it fly from deep. They're looking to extend their lead with the 3-ball here in the second quarter.
Saric, that's good.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
36 seconds left in the second quarter. Fox dishes to Hield. 6 to shoot. Down low, Olajuwon. That's it. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
That's good from Fultz on the assist by McConnell. Fultz has got 5 points so far.
You know, it's one thing to have a nice stroke, but it's another to understand how to get yourself free outside the arc for your shot. Has a soft, delicate stroke, does Fultz, and it rolls off his fingers nicely.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny the Jet Smith. It was a fast pace for Sacramento at the outset. They staged a good old-fashioned ambush, going on an aggressive 9-0 run at the start. By the end of quarter one, they were way out on top, leading by 13. And we're just about ready for the start.
We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes. And more than ever, we see great passers at the 4 and 5 positions in the NBA. Clark, who do you think are some of the better big men passing in the league right now?
Well, there are a number of guys that fall into that category. I love Marc Gasol out of Memphis. I mean, this guy has a nice touch shooting it and passing the ball, good feel for the game. Blake Griffin, highly skilled as a passer, particularly facing the basket. Really makes it tough for the defense. Those two guys, Draymond Green, you'd have to throw into that group as well. Nice big man passer. And even David West, although a role player, David can find open teammates as well as any big guy.
Labissiere and Cauley-Stein are the bigs. Garrett Temple is out there with George Hill. And it's Carter in at the small forward. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Dave Yeager. Passes it to Labissiere. Here's Cauley-Stein. Drops in the layup for 2. Cauley-Stein's got 4 points in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Timeout called by the Kings. Their last encounter was in Philadelphia, where they were able to handle the 76ers.
And they got the better of this matchup last time with their defensive pressure and the ability to force turnovers.
And that really was the difference. I mean, it requires a ton of energy to play that harassing style. It'll be interesting to see if they can do it again tonight.
And here's a look at some stats for Temple, how his last 10 games have gone. He's right around 9 points a night, 3 assists and 2 rebounds. And you look at those numbers, not bad, but guys, I think he can do better, and he knows it.
And he has high expectations for himself as well, guys, but he just hasn't delivered fully on his potential yet.
Hill. He feeds it to Labissiere. Offensive rebound. The 76ers trail by 16. Evans with it, and it's Carter picking him up. Out to Hood. Feeds it to Stoudemire. From 15 feet away, he hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Stoudemire's got 7.
He's just able to shoot over people at a high rate.
And you were a good defender, Greg, so you tell me, how do you guard that? I mean, the height, the soft release, not a lot you can do against that combination. Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks, and they've made 3 out of 4 of them.
Kings leading now by 16. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Hood drives in. Takes a 3. It's good from long range. He's got 8.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Hill against Evans. The kick out to Hill. Back to Cauley-Stein. No one near Labissiere as he lets it go. Hands it from downtown.
And look how confident Labissiere looks going up immediately with the shot. No hesitation at all. That's a sign of confidence.
Hood gets the bucket.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Yeah, and I like it. I love seeing that. It's a lot of fun when that happens. These teams are going at each other from the outside.
Labissiere in the corner. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
And guys, the big fellas don't always capture the fans' imagination. But Clark, having that charisma makes a difference, and Joel Embiid has plenty of that.
Yes, he does. Charming and funny. I mean, from his love of Shirley Temple to his aspiration of learning to be a point guard, you never know quite what's going to come out of Joel's mouth, and he's enjoying social media too. You got to be careful there, though.
You're right.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And the Pacers trading away the coveted George Hill. Going into last season, they wanted more of a passer at the point guard position.
And that's the one thing about Hill. He's more of a combo guard than a true point. He keeps his turnovers low, but as far as creating a ton of shots for his teammates, that's not really his game.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Olajuwon's checked in for Cauley Stein. Kelly Olynyk comes in for Labissiere. Johnson, he's checked in for Vince Carter. And Hield subbed in for Garrett Temple. Picked by Olajuwon. Kicks it out to Johnson. Trying his luck deep. Sinks the triple. Johnson's got 5 now.
You know, that's what you want out of your point guard. Hill is really doing a nice job getting the ball from side to side and not hesitating at all in doing it.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Sacramento.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
Couple that with just how well they've shot it from beyond, and they've made this thing look easy.
And the Kings making a change here. Fox is checked in. Picked by Olajuwon. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Holmes kicks to Johnson. Fultz the pass to Holmes. Johnson left side. Back to Holmes. The pass to McConnell. The dish now to Johnson. Olynyk with the steal. Here's Olajuwon. He's got 18. Shoots over Holmes from 12 feet out. And it comes off the front of the rim.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
He dishes it to Johnson. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. Clark, as an analyst, do you feel you view the game drastically different from when you were in your playing days in college and the NBA?
Yeah, you know what, Kevin, I really do, because I've benefited from the different coaches we've had a chance to visit with over the years, and that's added to my perspective. And you tend to look at things differently when you're playing. I was always a student of the game, but clearly I think I've become a lot more analytical as an analyst, if that makes any sense.
Yes. Here's Johnson. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Johnson's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, that's exactly what's been happening here. Where's the focus? Where's the intensity? Where's the resilience? Where's the energy? From the defenders, all of that is absent. No explanation for giving up these wide open looks. Total breakdown. Unacceptable defense.
Pass to Olajuwon. Screened by Olynyk. Here's Johnson. Back to Olynyk. Sacramento moving it around. Olajuwon, no good.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Johnson kicks to Saric. Johnson dishes to Saric. That's in, coming off an assist from Johnson. Saric has got it back down to within single digits for Philadelphia. Fox with it. Holmes on him. And it's Olajuwon with the jam.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Hood.
Look, sometimes you go up, sometimes down, and the trend has been on the downward side in terms of his average points per game. And a variety of factors can be the culprit. And a lot of times you focus on the efficiency more than just pure point output.
The 76ers trail by 10. Out to Saric. To the paint. Here's Holmes. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Holmes got 5 now.
And so far going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Kings leading now by 8. Olajuwon inside, guarded by Holmes. And Olajuwon gets it to go on the assist from Olynyk.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control. And just so frustrating for a team when you collectively go cold at the line. And that's happened to them here in the second half. And that versatility that Johnson offers has a huge upside. He's mobile and strong enough that he can defend either front court position. And that's a great tool for any team to have.
And Philadelphia calls time here. Hakeem Olajuwon with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And he's been taking it to the rack all game, and they haven't been able to contain him. They have to put up better fight on the inside.
Both teams changing it up here. Outside, Redick, the tray. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Evans has got his 4th assist in this one.
Tell you what, you take a look at the numbers for Redick tonight. That's an impressive offensive display. He is lighting that scoreboard up.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff.
Yeah, highly efficient. Nothing extra special there. Just effective.
And so it's the Sacramento Kings holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. We've got more in store for you right after this. And now let's hear what head coach Dave Yeager was reviewing with his team.
Stay aggressive, keep them moving.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the 4th quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Sacramento leading by 11 on the court for Philadelphia to start the 4th. They've got J.J. Redick, Stoudemire out there with Joel Embiid. Then there's Tyreke Evans, and it's Hood in at the 3 slot. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe. And that one misses.
And one of the side effects of the Cousins trade was it did open up more playing time for Willie Cauley-Stein. I mean, immediately he was able to step in and fill those minutes and became a much larger part of their offense.
Evans against Hill. And Tyreke Evans is going to pick up a foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And Sacramento has possession. Now here is Hill. Cauley-Stein with a screen on Evans. On the clock, Hill. Labissiere in the corner. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Hill.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
The 76ers trail by 10. And a wide open look for Hood. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Evans has got assist number 5 here tonight. Hey, Greg, when Cauley-Stein got those extra minutes after the Cousins deal, you could see a change in his play. Much more aggressive, much more confident.
Yeah, you know, sometimes it just takes a clear path to minutes to change a player. Cauley-Stein had been getting better and better before the trade. Having the team believe he could step in was a huge boost in his confidence and his play.
How about that? Redick showing the same kind of accuracy on that pass as he has on his 3-point shots, which is quite remarkable. That's how you drop a dime, though.
He kicks it to Embiid, and Embiid throws it down. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
All alone. Count that one. And the Kings lead by 10.
Hey, guys, every once in a while, Labissiere will find his teammates for the high percentage shot. It's impressive seeing the big man dish it out like that.
Sacramento moving it around. Carter outside. Out left to the wing. Here's Labissiere. Another three for Sacramento.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
And the 76ers call time here.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Brett Brown talking with his team. He is not happy with the turnovers. He said, we have got to get some shots. It's as simple as that, guys. Play smart and value the basketball. We'll see if the message sunk in, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Back to Cauley Stein. Three-pointer. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Stoudemire's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Embiid, the pass to Stoudemire. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
And Embiid has an excellent feel for the game, including how and when to pass the ball.
A platoon swap here for Sacramento.
And, you know, the Sixers were heavily criticized for the so-called process, enduring the pain of losing big. People forget the prior decade when the team tried to contend, only won a single playoff series.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. And Clark, it's true the Sixers were a team long stuck in the middle. Does that help explain why they employed such drastic measures to rebuild?
I think so, Kevin. Clearly, they tried getting there the usual way when you try to develop players and maybe add a key free agent here or there, and it didn't quite work. And the process was Plan B. And that process has really started to pay some dividends, so I don't blame them for trying it.
Fox, no good.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
Evans kicks to Embiid. It doesn't go for him, so the Kings will take it the other way. On the wing, Heel. The feed now to Olynyk. Here's Olajuwon. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Olajuwon's got 24 points.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
It's deflected. Olynyk with the steal. Fox against Evans. To the wing right side. Kicks it to Fox. To the middle. Clock at 6. In the corner, it's Healed. Shoots over Redick. Not enough on that one as it misses.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Count it. 8 points for Buddy Hield.
Got to be happy with the result, moving the ball so well on that possession. Beautiful.
Timeout called the 76ers.
And the Kings, for so long, had not been active in free agency. You have to like the moves this organization has made to bring in some vets in the offseason. Randolph and Hill bring a lot of experience and leadership to the locker room.
And Philadelphia has possession. Down by 12. And Greg, the Kings wanted to have veteran leaders, and that's what they've got right now.
And the Kings are in a rebuild mode, and you need vets to lead that process. Show the youngsters the right way to do things, and I think the Kings have started to make some very savvy moves here as they begin this rebuild.
Here's Olajuwon. Embiid with the steal. Here's Redick. Oh, that's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
A lot of losing in Philadelphia. Just 47 wins over 3 seasons from 2013 to 2016. That's the second worst 3-year stretch in NBA history.
Off the inbound pass. Redick can't get that one to fall.
Yeah, and you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Hit his leg. And the officials saying it was kicked. And Clark, for the Sixers, it seems they're finally headed in the right direction.
Well, I think that's the benefit of patience and all of those high draft picks, Kevin. I mean, some people don't like how they did it, but they rebuilt the roster from the ground up, and I think it gives them a strong foundation going forward.
The 76ers trail by 10. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And Fox gets it to go.
Man, I like how confident Fox is inside. I mean, awesome, absolutely awesome, getting good positioning close to the basket.
Got that bucket in no time at all. Hood's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Philadelphia. Fox against Evans. Fox kicks to Olajuwon. Fox dishes to Olajuwon. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Embiid with the steal. Olajuwon the pass to Fox. And Embiid with the block. And he recovers it. And it's Olajuwon with the jam.
And guys, that's his game. I mean, battling in the paint and cashing in on those second chance opportunities.
And Greg cashing in hard. I mean, man, oh man, he puts an exclamation point on that dunk.
Yes. Guys, that's the only way he knows how to do it. Soft, I don't even think is in his vocabulary.
The 76ers trail by 11. Here's Embiid. The 76ers again can't hit it.
You must make that one. Even with the defense present, these are shots you have to finish.
Dishes it to Olajuwon. Johnson kicks to Olajuwon. Olajuwon drawn the double team. 6 to shoot. Here's Fox. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Boy, I like the focus and unselfishness Fox brings to the court. A strong defender with lightning-quick reflexes in every spot.
We've got 1:13 left in the fourth. Got a piece of it. Fox with the steal.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for Sacramento.
The bench gave him a big lift in this game.
And listen, Kevin, anytime your reserves can perform at a level that high, it puts you in an excellent position to win the game.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
And through consistent adjustments in this season series, they're going to come away with another victory here tonight, completing a 3-0 sweep for the year against the Sixers.
Embiid against Olajuwon. Good D by Embiid. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. 6 on the shot clock.
Kings foul. Hakeem Olajuwon. That's his second personal foul.
It's stolen by Olajuwon.
How about the reaction time on that pass? Quick, and what good work there to get in the way of it.
Lots of room. He cans that one.
I'll tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Big time. I mean, it's amazing. Their crowd letting them hear it. And that's always inspiring. They want to see this thing get wrapped up.
So it's the Kings winning this one easily. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint.